It was late afternoon, and I was walking home. I was almost out of the forest when I saw a bush rustle, and I heard quiet steps. They were rapid. I thought it was a deer. There aren't many deer, and I love to see them, so I followed the noise. It led me to a clearing in part of the forest I'd never been to before. When the creature walked into the clearing, I was shocked. It was almost 15 feet tall and had black, shaggy, thick fur. Its face seemed oddly dog-like, and it had large, almond-shaped, blank, black eyes. Its legs were long, spindly, and ended in a sharp point. I'd never seen a creature like this before. There was blood on its mouth. It paused for a moment, as if sensing what was nearby, then looked directly at me. The moment it set its eyes on me, I knew I made a mistake following a strange noise. It seemed like the creature could see my soul. I ran as fast as I could in one direction, but what seemed like hours of running back, and I still couldn't find the end of the forest. I knew that I only followed that sick creature for a few minutes, but hours of running couldn't get me back. I was lost. I checked behind me for the creature, and I saw it wasn't following me. I relaxed a little, but I was still tense from the fact that I can't get out. I heard a voice behind me, so I sprinted to it. I finally emerged from the forest on the sidewalk. The voice had been the police. My mother ran over and hugged me from behind. I screamed, thinking it was the beast. I guess I had been in that forest for a while, and my mom got worried. I got home and forgot all about that monster and the endless forest. I sat up in bed, put on my glasses to see the clock was 2:39. I wondered what had woken me from the moment, and then I decided I had a nightmare, but I don't remember it. I tried to go back to sleep, but it eludes me. I went to get a drink of water, and I heard it tapping. I look out the window, but it's too dark to see anything. I dismiss it as a branch. I get my water and hop into bed. I fall fast asleep after a while and wake up with a jolt from my nightmare. I was being chased by that beast endlessly until its extreme speed had gotten it close to a lunge a meter into the air and I'd straight on top of me. I checked the clock. 9:34. I had slept with a nightmare. Great, I thought. I wasted a few hours of my day, and I probably got scared out of my skin. I walked downstairs to get some breakfast, but no one was there. Probably went to work early, I told myself, but I felt like someone or something was watching me. I thought a bit about the creature and that it might have maybe kidnapped, or worse, it could have killed my parents. I went online and searched around. I only found a small bit of information about it. It was called a strider. It hunts animals and tears off their legs before feasting on their bodies. If a human follows them, then they will hunt them down until that person is dead. The thought that the strider would not stop until I was dead was unsettling, but I researched until lunchtime and only found that there was no one that encountered the monster survived more than a few months after it. I also found that a few of the names that the people called that thing: Stillwalker and Forest Strider. It was time that my parents came home from work for their break, but they didn't. I called their workplace, but I was told that they haven't even come at all. I called 911 to report a missing persons case. After the police left, I decided to end this. I walked to the forest and followed the tracks that I had made in the mud to the clearing. The strider stood tall and strong over a decapitated cow elk. There was gore and entrails everywhere around the carcass. I felt like I was going to be sick, but I spoke to the creature. If I give you my life, will you leave my parents alone? It quickly looked at me and began to slowly creep towards me. It made no sound as it stopped. When it was close enough, it lunged at me just like my nightmare, only I didn't run away. Months passed, and the news on the murdered child had died down. No one had seen her or her parents since the murder. But if what she says is true, that Strider is still walking in the forest in search of its next meal. If you enter the forest in late afternoon, then be prepared and don't follow that strange noise.